Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
We the brother Brian
Brother Kushab.
with the GMS New Orleans here to bring you a quick lesson. Prior to get started, we want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught us the truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect and you Akim and you Akwad that believe. And just chilling here with the brother, man, and decided to come and knock out a quick lesson. You know, get some work in. But pretty much the topic of this lesson is going into having faith into the end. Okay, we understand that that's something that's definitely going to be required to us, and it's definitely going to be a possibility, you know, of some brothers in out here in this captivity. Okay, so you know, we know that it's sweetness to the scriptures, but you know that bitterness also too that come to it is that, you know, some men may have to taste death. Okay, but you know, this lesson is pretty much going to be based around you know, the beauty of it. You know, it shouldn't be nothing you should be scared of, you know. But if you could kick me off, Baba Gashaf, with that Sirach 4:28.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 4, verse 28. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee.
The Lord shall fight for thee. Okay, but if you notice right there, it's a requirement for the Lord to fight for you. Okay, the Lord could definitely discard you and throw you away, you know, but if you're fighting for his truth, the Lord said he's going to fight for you. So knowing that you have the ultimate power, you know, leading you with this thing and protecting you through all this, you know, it should make you want to push even harder. Okay, but you know, it's not going to be a, you know, an end to, you know, how you would think in the world, you know, when you go to either to the fiery place down in hell, or you go to the, you know, the white clouds in heaven and so on and so forth. Nah, it's the Lord is going to walk you into a kingdom that's specifically meant for you, you know, if that was the case, if he's fighting for you, you know.
If I could add what I just said before the lesson started, that ties exactly into it. Death won't stop you from being part of the elect, man. All right, I got a precept for you too.
Bring it up.
This is one of my favorites, man. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 13. It says, but I will not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. You know, and this is an opening statement for what the Apostle Paul is getting ready to say. You know, he said, hey man, don't be ignorant, you know, concerning them brothers that, you know, that you might see get put to death. All right, the brothers that get put down on this side. All right, don't be ignorant about it. Don't have no concern with it. Why? It says, verse 14, it says, for if we believe that Yahweh Shai died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahweh Shai will the Most High bring with him. You want to say something on it?
No, you
can. It says, even so them which sleep. And we know that, you know, if you get put down on this side, it's just a form of arrest. All right, and this last carnation, okay, it's it ain't gonna be no time to sleep, right? Because why? You're gonna be coming back with the Lord in his chariots, man.
Right.
You know, so like the brother brought out with the Sirach 4:28, you gotta strive for this truth unto death, man. All right, and the Lord is gonna be the one that fight for us. All right, we're gonna be the ones that return with him. You know, it says, for this we say unto you, verse 15, by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High. And the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. You see, so you get to the chariots first, man. All right, you die in the Lord. All right, your works follow you, man. All right, it said the Lord gonna fight for you. So here, this is it. All right, is Yahweh Shai not coming back in the chariot to meet this place, not as a man? You see, so what? Those men gonna be right there with him, man. You see,
as he promised.
That's right. It says, verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. You see, beamed up, changed. All right, them brothers, hey man, you die in the Lord, man. You're going to get them new bodies first. You see, you're going to get them spiritual powers first, man. So, hey, like Jake said, we can't lose, man. All right, Adon Ratazah is the title of this brother's lesson. to be faithful unto the end, man.
Uh-huh.
You know, it says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. You got it?
God. And if that's not comforting words, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
All right. Like the Lord just let you know, like the first precept we brought out in this thing, you know, if having the Lord fight for you, you know, either when you fall, you know, you're going to be brought up.
Yep.
And now we got to get the Maccabees. That's got to come on up. When you fall, you're going to get brought up, you know. And whether if I make it, you know, whether if any brother is sincere, you know, brother watching this thing, you know, if you make it to the end, you know, the Lord still got you, you know. It might be some scary times in the middle of that JT, you know, but what it says in that Jeremiah 30, but he shall be saved,
Yep.
you know.
Where you want me to start at?
2 Maccabees 7 and 4. Just getting straight to it.
Yeah, I was about to say, brother, you could start at the top.
Yeah. Yeah, we just about to get to the brothers and just, you know.
This 2 Maccabees chapter 7 verse 4. It says, which forthwith being heated, I'll start at 3, Salaki. It says, then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot. For which forth being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body, the rest of his brother and his mother looking on.
So right now we got the king right there. I forget. Exactly.
I forget exactly who it was too.
But just, you know, needless to say that the point of it is that, you know,
these are Grecian.
Definitely. But, you know, this brother about to go ahead, one of the first brothers about to, you know, walk up and get cut off the utmost parts of his body, you know, with his brothers and his mother and everybody watching.
Yep.
You know why? For them, you know, pretty much standing on business.
Yeah.
You know, standing on everything for the Lord.
Because if I could add too, you know, they had in the previous chapter it talked about how Eleazar, who was one of the chief priests, he refused to eat the swine. All right, he refused to give up his integrity. Why? Because he was faithful to the Lord, man. Ultimately, all right. They was even gonna give him what you call it, lawful meat. All right, and to say, hey, bro, just tell him that it's pork, but we gonna give you the lawful food. Just tell him that it's pork, you know. And he refused to do it, man.
Yeah.
You see. So this is the type of, you know, just to give a little backstory of what's going on, all right, in the latter chapters of the 2 Maccabees, right? And you know, also with them, this is the point, you know, the Jews ultimately being Hellenized, you know, and how they got to the point of becoming Gentiles, man. All right. Fucking demon.
Somebody, you know?
Nah. He just died in the car.
Fucking tweaking. Salaki for that.
Yeah, that's a demon, bro. This back in 2 Maccabees chapter 7 verse 5, it says, now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire and to be fried in a pan, man.
Jeez.
And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying, thus the Lord Yahweh looketh upon us, and in truth had comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants.
Like I said, this brother right here just got destroyed. Like this is a very gruesome way to go out, man.
Yeah.
But
if I could say so, like they seen it happen.
Yes.
And what they said amongst each other, like, look, man, as Moses, the servant of the Lord, said, look, we gonna die manfully. We gotta do.
Got to.
Yep.
All right. But like, as you see what they doing right here, you know, as we're not about to get the whole thing, but as each brother goes into death, they're going into that death manfully because they know what it's about. You know, they're comforted by the words of the Lord. They believe, you know, they are faithful in truth. You know.
Oh, I gotta read the next verse, bro.
Yeah, come on, bring it up.
I got to. You got the GNT on your phone?
Yeah.
Let me see what it said in the GNT too. It's a verse back in 2 Maccabees 7 and 7. It says, so when the first was dead, after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head, with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of the body? But he answered in his own language and said, no, wherefore he also received the next torment in order as the former did. And when he was at the last gap, he said, thou, like a fury, taketh us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life. Gunsmoke.
Yes. This is what it say right here in the GNT. You read 6, right?
Yeah, 6. I read 7 and 8.
Come on. I just start at 6 with the GNT. It says, the Lord thy power is looking on and understands our suffering. Moses made this clear when he wrote a song condemning those who had abandoned the Lord.
Yep.
He said the Lord will have mercy on those who serve him. Come on, man.
That's right.
And it says in 7, after the first brother had died in his way, the soldiers started amusing themselves with the second one, tearing the hair and skin from his head. Then they asked, now will you eat this pork, or do you want us to chop off your hands and feet one by one? He replied in his native language, I will never eat it. So the soldiers tortured him just as they had the first one. But needless to say, man, things could get gruesome like that, and it will, you know.
Yeah,
it will, you know. Nobody's excused from this thing, man. Nobody's excused at all. But you know, that's the reason why these lessons have to come out, is because the more that you hear it and the more that, you know, it sinks in your mind with the scriptures, you know, that's the comfortability with it.
Yep.
You know, trust me, that's not nothing that we're gonna sit up and tell you that, hey brother, I would like for that to happen to me.
Yeah.
You know,
That's not pleasant, man.
It's not pleasant at all. You know, and I forget the brother Kalai, he got this favorite rap verse from Soulja Slim, basically saying that, you know, I was spooking but I wasn't scared.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't remember exactly how you said it.
Yeah, I don't remember it either, but
Yeah.
that's just a perfect way to put it. Like, you still got, you know, nerves, and you still got thoughts and everything, man.
I gotta get that.
You gonna feel everything, you know. You gonna be nervous when all this stuff gonna be happening, but to be scared, that's not gonna be the case. Those people that's gonna be scared is the ones who don't know what's going on, who just thinking that, you know, all of this is just going straight into vain. But for us, who knows that there's another life after this, you know, which we could just jump straight to the point with that, with the Maccabees, knowing that it's you know, it's something just for us being, you know, faithful to the Lord. You know, and there's a reward for us.
Yeah, it's a proving ground ultimately. You know, you say you really about this thing, the Lord might really have to see all the way till death, man. You say you faithful, well, the Lord really want to see till death with some men, man. You know, if I could bring this out to back you up, is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 17 and verse 13. So like in verse 12, it says, for fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succors which reason offering. All right, and the succors is help. All right, which our help lies in Yahweh Shai. Okay, but fear, all right, the fear of the torment, all right, the fear of being tortured, to be put to death. That's your body. It knows is what's going on, right? Because your brain is thinking it, right? Your heart start pounding and start beating, all right. But that's not actual fear. It's just the body going through those stages, right?
Yeah, those reactions. Yep.
It's nothing but a betraying of the succor. So you actually, if you don't follow, you know, what you're supposed to do, and which it says strive unto the truth and to death, all right, then you actually gonna betray Yahweh Shai, man. You see, that's betraying of the succors, in which our help is Yahweh Shai. All right. Now, if I could read it again, it says, "For fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succors, which reason offer it, and an expectation from within, being less, counted the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment." You see, it says, "Counted the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment." Man, you see, you just in your head, you're thinking about it. Your body knows what's coming. That's going to cause you to be what? Tormented more, man. You see? You got it, though.
Yeah, just like, you know, back in the G, when I remember as a child, or why I also have that fear of needles. You know, you see that needle coming, and it just felt like the pain was just excruciating and so on and so forth. And you just, you know, just remember as a child, I used to always cry.
Yep.
But then as I got older and, you know, still wasn't in the truth yet and still had to get some type of shots or whatever, I knew that if I was to ever get that needle again, that if I look at it, if I don't look at it, Salakia, it'll take the pain away. So
Right.
I'm not paying attention to it, and I don't know what's going on, but you know, I don't really feel it as much just because I don't really see what's going on.
But at the same time, your body knows what's going on, but in your mind,
Yeah.
when you liken that to this truth, hey, when we, you know, Lord willing, if our heads be put on the guillotine, we gonna be thinking about, man, I'm gonna come back in a chariot. That's what our minds are gonna be thinking about.
God.
See, the average Jake, they don't have that mindset. They don't have this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding to know and to be comforted with that. You
Right.
see?
Yep.
Because that's ultimately what the betraying of the Sukkot is.
Yep.
You see, knowing your head in guillotine, man, I'm gonna come back with Yahushua. You praying to the Lord, Baba Kashah, Baba Kashah, Baba Kashah, Mahar, you know, speedily, you know, because I know I'm about to get ready to come back in the chariot, man.
Yeah.
You see?
God.
And the, like I said, the bulk of these Jakes, man, they're not ready for what's coming, and they're not gonna be ready to go through that. You see?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be men that, you know, might have called themselves Israelites, man. All right, that's gonna say, I can't do it. I'm gonna just take the MOTB.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just gonna fold like a folding
They're
chair.
gonna fold like a folding chair, man. But no, the Lord has risen up men that's gonna be faithful unto death, man.
Yep.
You see? You got it, bro.
This is just jumping straight down on that second Maccabees.
I got it. I'm right here.
Just jump to 14.
This is second Maccabees 7:14. It says, so when he was ready to die, he said, thus it is good being put to death by men who
Yes.
to look for hope from the Most High, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life.
And that's just beautifully, you know, came in on time
Yeah.
on what the brother, it is said that it was about to die at 20%.
All right, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, well, what the brother just talked about, you know, head on the guillotine, you know, Jay gonna walk in that thing, you know, pretty much, you know, if the Lord, you know, give you those words to it, Jake might be talking his shit. You know, he might be talking his shit, or if you quiet, you still might be sitting there praying to the Lord, talking to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But what the brother was saying, those 2/3, man, they gonna be calling on anything and everything they could.
Jesus, help
You
me.
know?
Please, Jesus.
Buddha, you know, alhamdulillah, you know,
Yeah.
whatever they could just get out, you know, see what the fuck gonna help. But
What's that nigga name? Haile Selassie, bro.
Haile Selassie.
Jake gonna be calling all kind of shit, man.
or anything, man. But we know the power, you know, and that's a gift to us, you know.
Yep.
And also having this comfort, you know, from these words that what the brother said, for us, it is like being put to death by men. It is good being put to death by men, to look for hope from God to be raised up again by Him.
Yep.
You know, we know what the end all be all is. We know that this kingdom has to be destroyed. You know, and we know that at the end of this thing, man, we're gonna have crowns waiting on us, man.
That's right.
Abarat Desire, you know, if we continue to put this work in.
What it saying, Apostle Paul said, I finished the work.
Yep.
Therefore, henceforth is laid up for me a crown of righteousness.
Yes, brother.
You know?
Yes.
He said, that's what he said. I kept the faith.
Yeah.
I gotta get that.
Con.
You want me to bring out this Revelation?
Yeah, con.
This Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. This red letters, Yahushua speaking.
Yes.
It says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye may have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Backing up exactly what you just said.
Con.
Yep.
And again, what you gotta understand, man, is as long as we you know, in this captivity, you know, it's gonna be trials and trials and trials until the end. You know, the trials are not gonna stop. They're gonna come in each and every way. But as it said right there in the Revelations, is that, you know, brothers may be casted in prison.
Yep.
You know, you gotta, it's not even just that. It's, you know, it's so many things you need to wrap your head around.
Yeah.
Okay, and to be comfortable with, and because at the end of the day, we don't know. We know that it's going to happen, but the fear of not knowing how it's going to happen, you know, that just pushes you to push more. All right, what you want to?
Yeah, I got something for you.
Okay.
It was something you said, and it made me think about kind of slipped my mind. It's all good. I'll just read this. This 2 Timothy, it's chapter 4, verse 6. It says, "For I am now ready to be offered, and a time of my departure is at hand." So talking about the Apostle Paul, right? It says, excuse me. It says, "I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing." You got it.
Like you said, he fought that good fight, man. You know, stayed on course with that race. Okay, because we know that's the most important part. We know that this is what they say. It's a narrow path to get to the kingdom.
Straight gate.
A straight gate.
Yep.
All right. So just imagine that if you're running on that thing, man, there's going to be many things. You may fall off balance sometimes. You may, but as long as you stay focused on it and strive, have that will to, man, I'm about to keep on pushing. I'm not about to let this make me fall off this way. I'm not about to let this make me fall off that way. I'm about to keep on pushing. And at the end of it, what he said,
it says, "Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness."
Yeah.
He said, I fought the good fight. He kept the faith.
God.
And it's the, I don't want to we be a part of this, in the book of the brother Bayan, the book of the brother Quashab, you know what I'm saying? All the men that's pushing his word in truth and in sincerity, man. This is what we hope to have laid up for us, a crown of righteousness. We hope to have kept the faith to the end, man. And we pray for that daily, all right? Because we know why. We got to go through the straight gate, as the brother alluded to, man.
Yeah. Understanding that it's not going to be a pretty walk.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a pretty walk. It's not going to be a cakewalk.
What they used to say, that little song say, "I know this road wouldn't be easy." It's like a little, I don't know if it's a country song or it might be a gospel song or whatever. But hey, man, they say that they know the road won't be easy, man.
Yeah.
All right. And we know that the path to get to the kingdom heaven won't be easy, man.
Won't be easy.
You got it, though. So like it.
A lot of restraint, a lot of, distractions, and, that's why I mentioned earlier, with the balance of things, brothers try to move as perfect as they could, but, you may fall off somewhere, some way, but it's all about getting, everything back in alignment and moving forward.
Yep. And they said just man fall 7 times, man.
Yep.
All that count is getting back up, getting back on that right path.
Go ahead and bring out that Romans for me. Yeah, let that one fly.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 35. It says, "Who shall separate us from the love of the Hamashiach Yahushua? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? ? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any creature shall be able to separate us from the love of our power, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua our Lord."
So right there, as long as you keeping everything dialed in on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you putting the first things first, can't nothing separate you from this thing, man. And you need to have that faith. If I'm putting this work in, just like the Lord, all throughout the scriptures, that's the agreement of this thing.
Yep.
All right, if you stick to this agreement, if you put this work in, you on the highways and byways, you're feeding my sheep. All right, you being brotherly, you doing all these things that I say is pleasing to me. I won't let you fall away from it. I'm gonna hold on to you to the end.
Yep.
You want to say something on it?
No, I was just agreeing with you.
You can start wrapping it up. Hit the Revelations 14 and 12.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 14, verse 12. It says, "Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahushua. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth, yea, said the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them.
None of this is being done in vain. All right, you Akim and Aquat that's watching this thing, none of this being done in vain. You know, the Lord is recording this thing. You know, each and every day, brothers is, you know, putting up their spiritual currency, you know, to that new investment, you know, that's going to be for us. You know, that kingdom of heaven that the Lord promised for us. All right, but that's what you got to understand. You know, don't fall short in this thing, and you know, have everything be in a race just because you wanted to go ahead and fall out of this race. All right, but as long as you stick in this thing and you again keep everything dialed in on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai,
that's right,
your works will follow you.
That's right.
All right,
I got something to back you up.
Come on, you got it.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 6, verse 9. It says, But beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation, though we thus speak. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have shewed toward his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. And we desire that every one of you do shew the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end.
The same diligence, man. That being locked in. You know, being locked in, because there's a reward for being locked in. It's a broken record that you're gonna, you know, hear brothers say constantly, man. It's a reward, and that's what we're looking for. You know, we're putting in this work in, and if you putting this work in, you expecting a reward, don't you?
Yeah, it tell you that in 1 Corinthians 9. When you talk about the race, all right, and those that race for an incorruptible crown, for Salaki, those that race for a corruptible crown, all right, the things of this world, money, riches, all right, celebrity status, but we are incorruptible, man. You see? You want to say something?
No, go ahead.
Oh, come.
If you ain't got nothing else, I got one more.
All right.
End it off.
Yeah, that was it.
Let's end it off with the St. John 15 and 20.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say.
Oh.
Because the headline on this chapter right here, it says striving for perfection. Come on, man. You can't make that look. Striving for, it's right there. Striving for perfection, man. And that's what we're doing, you know? Striving for perfection, and what? The Lord is going to come and ultimately make us perfect, man. Whether that be by being put to death or whether it being of not tasting death. It don't matter.
What is that? The word perfect goes back to being complete.
That's
you know,
beautiful.
What we're trying to do in this race, we're trying to complete this race.
Complete the mission, man.
Complete the mission.
That's right. What you had?
St. John 15 and 20.
Here's the book of St. John, chapter 15, verse 20. It says, remember the word that it's red letters, Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
That's it. But like I said, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, it's like somebody called me, messed me up. It says the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you.
That's right.
Right? And we need to know. We ain't nothing bigger than the example of Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai set the example of a upright, perfect man, you know, in that form, to come down this thing and still get messed over. You know, even though it was destined to be.
It's like I have to read the next verse to back you up.
It
says, but all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. They're not truly in depth with this thing, you know? It's a blessing to know that we this deep in this thing, man.
That's right.
All right, but again, the servant is not greater than his master. The servant is not greater than his Lord. All right, so if this was to happen to Yahweh Shai, you know, how much more for us, man?
That's right.
It could come worse. It could come the same. It could just expect everything. But that's what the Lord's sitting here letting you know, bro. Expect it. All right, and that's the I forget how the brothers kind of mention it. You know, when that thief come in at the night, when you least expect it, it's kind of, you know, it'll mess you up if you're not expecting nothing. But if you were sitting there watching that though, and you expecting everything that, you know, what was written right here is about to happen, it's a different mindset to be in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but that's wrapping it full circle of this thing, you know, just easing your mind with these scriptures, man. That's why this is the book of comfort. This is, you know, the Lord is the comforter.
Yep.
All right, and these words comfort us.
That's right.
But you got anything else? Any closing remarks?
Oh nah, that was it. You know, that was it, bro.
What?
Pop McDonald.
Well, we pray that this lesson was edifying. Praying to get out of here, we want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught us this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, and you Akim, you Akwat that believe. And Shalom.
Shalom.